The VCE Vet Creative and Digital Media 2017 exam. We're going to go through the practical starting section C, which is worth 40 marks. It entails, for the 2017, it entails a website that will look like this and an animation that looks like this.
Find your pics.
Okay, let's get started. Let's start with step 1. Open the supplied index and link the CSS. Okay, I'm going to open up the provided folder and open the index in Dreamweaver. I'm also going to open it up in Chrome so we can start going back and forth. Clearly there's no CSS here. If we forget, we have, just let me double check. Let's see if this gallery has some CSS applied, I think. Maybe, possibly. So if you're forgetting how to do things like link, it's actually already here. It's already written in the gallery. So you don't have to remember it. But if you do remember it, it's very easy. It is link href, like you're linking another page, and it is in a folder called CSS. Here it is, the style. We're linking that file. So it is CSS style.css. We're rallying the style sheet, and the type is going to be text CSS. So, like I said, if you can't remember that, go hunting through any other HTML files that they've provided in the exam, because it might be already there. So you could literally just copy and paste. But be careful, because this gallery HTML file has to go out of folder first and then inside the CSS. So the href is slightly different. So if you're copy and pasting, wondering why it wouldn't work, that's why. Okay, moving along. Let's close that because it's not relevant to us yet. Let's go to the index and refresh. So now the style has been applied. We can confirm that. Step 1 is done. 1 mark. Step 2, using the body tag, modify the website's background to black. Okay, we have linked the style here, so it should be coming up in this sub. But we can also, if you're a little bit confused with these tabs here, we can directly open with Dreamweaver in its own tab, the style, but this is the same thing. Just don't get confused if you come back to the index wanting to edit the index. It's in the source code. So the style, we need to, in the body, turn the background to black. 1, 2, 3. It's the same thing, but just in case the examiners are being really anal about everything, I'm going to do it exactly as they ask. But shorthand, three zeros is the same as 6 zeros. So 1 mark there. Step 3, modify the style CSS to add a H1 tag that is Arial, 24, and the color black. Okay, so we're adding a new H1, H1, the font family is Arial, the color is black, 1, 2, 3, the font size was 24, I think, 24 pixels, and the curly bracket. Save, Command S, make sure there's no little asterisks there. So it was, 24 and black. Let's go and have a look if anything's changed. We've got the black background, but we haven't got any H1s yet. So this is in step 4. Apply the H1 tag, which is this style that we just created. Will now apply to this. So step 4, apply the H1 tag to the heading Melbourne Walking Tours in the index. Let's go back to the index, and we're editing this part here. So it's here. We're going to surround this with a H1, and that should inherit the style that we just created as well for the H1 in the CSS. Okay, that was an easy mark. 1 mark there. Step 5, this is worth 4 marks. Where indicated in the index, add a slogan of fewer than 12 words, to the home page that is suitable to promote the Melbourne walking tours. Okay, let's quickly look at the guide. It hasn't got the slogan there, so it just tells us where to put it. The brief has nothing about that, so we're going to have to pull it from the blog content here. So it was very exciting to be able to walk around Melbourne, a lively city with multicultural society and food from around the globe. That sounds very sloganish. The second sentence, my first day, right after, so that's more of the blog sort of writing and stuff. So let's just take quickly for us to do this, the second sentence, and shove it in here. It's asking us to put the slogan. So copy and paste. And let's count the words while we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need under 12. Fewer than 12 words. So let's reword this slightly. A lively city with multicultural society and food from around the globe. A lively multicultural city. So let's shove this word over here. A lively multicultural city with food from around the globe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Beautiful. Fewer than 12. Done. 4 marks. Save. Refresh. And there it is. Okay, what's the next step? It doesn't look quite like the guide yet, but don't get too far ahead of yourself. Let's just go through the steps and do these things as it asks us. So step 6, add a H2 tag in the CSS and format the slogan as per the style guide provided. So the style guide is in the brief. We have a H2 slogan, so it needs to be black, Arial, and 14. Black, Arial, and 14 for a H2. H2, black, Arial, and 14. Font family, sorry, Arial. Close the curly brackets. Let's come back here, refresh. Beautiful. It has applied. So let's go. That was worth 2 marks. Okay, we're done with the first page of the website. That's worth 20 marks, or half of the practical. Step 7, open the blog text file and add the information to the index. Okay, let's get the content from here. Let's Command A, Command C, copy it all. Let's go back to the index and let's put it in. It's asking us to put it in here. I'm guessing because if I save that and we go and have a look at it, we're going to have to put the P tags where they're supposed to be, because that doesn't look like the style guide. If we have a look at the style guide, it has paragraphs here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs. So the first one starts here, second one ends here, and we've got to start a new one. And that one ends, let's bring this window over. That one ends, I know that one's going to end here. P, and it's going to end here. Another one's going to start here. And let's go back to the style guide and just figure out exactly where I'm missing one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing 2, so I'm going to have to break up probably these 2 large paragraphs here. So the second one was my first day and ends at their offices. My first day and ends at their offices. There we go. So we've got to end the P there and start a new P, and end the P there and save that. And then the next one was another great site in Melbourne, and that ends at electronic tour guide. So another great site and tour guide. Another great site and tour guide. There we go. So that one ends, and then we create a new one. Command P, Command R, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs, done. And you'll notice that the text isn't quite right, but again, don't get ahead of ourselves yet. We're probably going to have to fix that up through one of these steps here. So let's go back to here. Step 7, 1 mark, we've done. Step 8, use the style sheet to format the text as per the style guide. So we're going to go back to the brief. It's asked us for paragraph text, and we need to put in a rule that says it needs to make sure it's black, Arial, and 12 pixels. So let's go back here. Under the H1, we're going to add a P, black, 1, 2, 3, font family, Arial, and font size was 12 pixels. Close the curly, save, refresh. Okay, now that looks better. Let's have a look quickly at the guide. See how the last paragraph is the only line that wraps the bottom of the image, and that looks exactly the same. Okay, perfect. So that was worth 1 mark. Step 9, make the email address into an email hyperlink. Okay, that's super easy. Let's go back to here, and we know that the email address is here, the last paragraph. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to surround it with an A tag, with a href, a mail to, and that's it. Save that, Command R. If I click on it, it should open a mail client, which I haven't got set up. So I just quit that. Perfect. So that was worth 1 mark too. Step 10, in the images folder, we need to open up the PST and crop it to 300 by 300 and save the image in an appropriate format. Okay. So let's have a look at the guide first. We have the horse's images, what it's talking about in here, which is this PST. When it opens, okay. We have to crop this the same as this, but it hasn't given us exact coordinates or anything like that. So we're just gonna guess. It's gonna crop the ears off slightly. It's going to not crop anything else from the horse behind. So the bottom left hand part of the horse is all in the crop, but the ears are cropped slightly in the horse at the front. All right. So we use the cropping tool. We can create a new size and resolution. We're going to use, because it wanted pixels, we're going to go 300 by 300. That creates this box, and we're going to move the, remember we've got all of the horse down here, and we're cropping the ears off slightly. So that'll do. Double click. Got it. Now the second step to this is we need to, it hasn't asked us to save it in anything particular, just an appropriate format. So we know that we have to save it for web, and we know it's not going to be a GIF or a GIF because there's no animation, and it's not going to be a PNG because there's no transparency here. So we can save it as a JPEG with high compression. We could almost go maximum. That's probably reasonable, but I can't see much difference, so we might as well halve that again and go to high, 25K. And let's save that. We've got to make sure that it's in the folder, image 1, save. Okay, we can get rid of Photoshop now. I'm going to save that. We are going to go back and make sure that the image is here. Beautiful, image 1. And it said, so in the images folder, crop it and save it as an appropriate format. So that's 1 mark. Step 11, in the contents folder, open the gallery page and add the image to the first section in the gallery where the image tag is and apply the appropriate alt tag. This is worth 2 marks. Let's go and find the gallery, open that with Chrome. So we need to put it here. Let's open it with Dreamweaver now. The image tag is here. It's missing a source, so we're gonna put the source in. Now, because the image, or the gallery HTML file is in the contents folder, you need to go back a folder and then go into the images folder to reference this image 1. So let's make sure we get that right. We're going to go back a folder first and then into the images folder and then call the image 1 JPEG. We also need to give it an alt tag, alt, and give it a description. So it is 2 horses in black and white. Save. And let's go and refresh. There we go. We can also inspect to make sure that the alt tag's there. There it is. Beautiful. Okay. Where are we up to? That was worth 2 marks. Step 12. Link the buttons on both the home page and the gallery page so that they all work correctly. Save the gallery page. Okay, they're talking about these buttons here, I assume. We also have the index page buttons not working yet. So let's go into, we'll start with the index. Let's go up and find where they are. Here they are, the home. So we've got a href this to the index, and that's to itself basically, because that's where the home is. Now the gallery is going to be in the contents folder, and it's called gallery HTML. And let's see, let's refresh. Cool, now they turn into buttons because the CSS is probably applied. There were probably rules in there already. If I click on gallery, it goes to the gallery. Now, if we go to home, let's go to the gallery page and find the same place. The home isn't going to be exactly the same. It's going to have to go out a folder or back a folder. Remember, we're in here in this contents folder. So if this folder needs to, or if this gallery page is looking for the index, it has to go out into the root folder first and then find the index. So it goes back a folder, index HTML. And the gallery is just itself again, so href gallery, because it's in the same folder. Save. Refresh. Gallery, gallery. If you go back home, beautiful, goes home. If you go gallery, home, home, all the links work. Okay. That's the step 12 done. So that was worth 2 marks. And the website, or half of the section C, is now where we're going to be moving on to the animation section.